Grts News.
After spending days deliberating on means of bridging the information communication technology gulf in the ECOWAS community and related issues, ministers and experts capped off their Banjul conclave with a dinner. Uminjai has more on the program hosted by the Ministry of Information, Communication and Infrastructure.
Of the 12th ECOWAS Telecom ICT Ministerial meeting, where matters concerning the development of West African states and its peoples were discussed, a goodbye dinner was hosted by the Ministry of Information, Communication and Infrastructure for its guests.
Now, from now until you go home, no protocols. Enjoy yourselves. Thank you very much.
ICT continues to play a key role in nation building. It means more efficiency, more speed, and even more transparency and productivity. ICT can even give a better life to us, the ECOWAS states.
I would like to thank very much, on behalf of all the participants, our guest country, Gambia, to thank also the Honorable Minister, Nana Johnson, and all his collaborators, for the warm welcome and the facilities which made very easy our stay here.
It was a joyous moment and indeed a light-hearted night of interaction for the ministers, a night most carefully packaged with remarkable entertainments with live performances by a Senegalese musician and varieties of delicious and tasty dishes for the guests. Some of the ECOWAS ministers described the Gambia as a very special home, noting that when ECOWAS was on the verge of extinction, the plans to resuscitate and strengthen ECOWAS were all laid in the Gambia.
The crown of success, as they say, covers moments of hard labor, long days that seem they would never end, and memories of those times when failure was almost a reality. Fortunately, we are in an environment where failure is not an option. Failure as an option does not exist.
ECOWAS ministers expressed appreciation to the President of the Gambia for the unlimited hospitality and facilities made available to their disposal for the success of the meeting. Umjai, GRTS.
Red Cross volunteers from the Kanifing municipality and West Coast region have been familiarizing themselves with basic community health and first aid. The week-long capacity enhancement effort is spearheaded by the Gambia Red Cross Society and supported by the International Federation of Red Cross and Red Crescent Societies. Details in this report by Modu Bajan.
This health and first aid project is gaining quick prominence as the Red Cross Society continues efforts to reduce vulnerability in disaster-prone areas. Introduced by the Gambia Red Cross Society, the community-based health and first aid pilot scheme is purposely meant to enable communities to take care of emergencies in disaster-affected areas, assess their own needs and reach targeted goals through combined endeavors.
The overall goal of this training is to enable the national society to contribute to the reduction of deaths, illness, injuries and impact from disease and disaster, and also to increase local communities, civil societies and the Red Cross capacity to address the most urgent situations of vulnerability.
Targeting more than 7,000 volunteers from 10 communities in disaster-prone areas, this program was initially experimented in the Upper River region, where a record number of gains were realized. This one taking place in Sanyang is expected to be vastly successful, as it lays emphasis on the attainment of good health, risk reduction and community hygiene.
From the Spanish Red Cross, we were supporting same approach in Upper River region through our branch office there, and we support the printing of manuals for the CVHVA approach. I think that this is a continuation, and it's something that is not really new for the Gambia Red Cross Society, so I'm really confident that as a pilot will be totally success.
Following its introduction in the early 90s by the International Community of Red Cross Societies, the approach was implemented in a number of countries to mitigate fatalities. Full implementation of the initiative anticipates the significant alleviation of disaster concerns, making communities increasingly resilient to the far-reaching impact of unseen natural calamities.
We wish to have volunteers involvement, more volunteer involvement, and community inactions. The community really be at the heart of these actions. And we, as we all know, if communities is involved, if communities is get appropriate of what we are doing, we can ensure on our success.
I will agree with you, because like we are from areas that are prone to disasters and other things that happens, and they need our intervention. So I believe going back to the community will be one of my priority after the training, and giving back, even going beyond the targeted 30 people.
Volunteers undergoing this training were drawn from a string of vulnerable communities, and expectations anchor on the effective conveyance of the expertise gained in their respective communities, bringing mitigation efforts to a local pedestal. Reporting for GRTS News, I am Modu Bajan.
As part of activities leading up to the Hajj in the Kingdom of Mecca, Saudi Arabia, pilgrims are embarking on a string of visits to historic Muslim sites in the Holy City. Traveling with pilgrims from the Gambia, Ida Job reports on the significance of ongoing outings defining pre-Hajj activities in Mecca.
Gambian pilgrims visited three important places in Medina that are historically important to Islam. The first one was Mountain Uhud, where the Battle of Uhud took place. It was the second military encounter between Meccans and Muslims. Preceded by the Battle of Badr, where a small Muslim army had defeated a large Meccan army. When the battle looked to be only a step away from decisive Muslim victory, a serious mistake was committed by part of Muslim army, which altered the outcome of the battle. A breach of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ's orders by Muslim archers, who left their assigned posts to despoil the Meccan camp, allowed a surprise attack from Meccan army led by Meccan war veteran Khalid ibn al-Walid, which brought chaos to the Muslim ranks. Many Muslims were killed, including Muhammad's uncle Hamza ibn Abdul Talib. Even the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ was badly injured in that battle. The second place visited was Masjid al-Qiblatain, Mosque of Two Qiblas, where the Islamic Prophet Muhammad, leading a prayer, is said to have been commanded to change the direction of the praying Qibla from Jerusalem to Mecca. Recently, this mosque was renovated, and the old prayer facing Jerusalem was removed, and the only one facing Mecca was left. The Qiblatain Mosque is among three earliest mosques in Islamic history. The last one visited was the Quba Mosque. This is the oldest mosque in the world. Its first stone was positioned by Prophet Muhammad ﷺ as soon as he arrived from Mecca to Medina, and the mosque was completed by his companion. According to Islamic tradition, offering 2 rakas of nafila in this mosque is equal to performing 1 umrah. Muhammad used to go there riding or on foot every Saturday and offer 2 rakas. He advised others to do the same, saying, whoever makes ablution at home and then goes to pray in this mosque will have a reward like that of an umrah. Meanwhile, all Gambian pilgrims are now leaving Medinatul Munawwar to Makkatul Mukarram. Reporting from Medinatul Munawwar, I am Ida Job.
Time now to take our first break. The news continues right after. Welcome back. Now, reports emerging in the aftermath of the Kenyan Westgate saga reveal Kenyan defense officials were warned as long as a year ago that the terror group Al-Shabaab posed a threat to civilian targets, including the Westgate Mall. This comes as top intelligence officials prepare to be questioned over their handling of the deadly Nairobi Mall attack. And as probes continue, many in Kenya are struggling to come to terms with the brutality that took place inside the Westgate Mall, and some are seeking solace in prayer. David Mackenzie is in Nairobi.
The Catholic faithful gather inside the Holy Family Basilica to pray. The cathedral has been listed as a possible terror target. So Sister Celestian Teresa was scared, but she still came.